planting up my pots with bulbs, but I don't like to waste my pots. Really, if I'm going to bother planting this up, I want to get as much out of it as I can. So rather than just plant one sort of bulb, I tend to plant a few different ones in layers. First thing I do is put some broken pots in the bottom. Now, this doesn't help drainage, it really doesn't. There's been tests, we now know for sure, but it can stop the holes at the bottom of the pot getting bunged up with compost. And more importantly, for me, being very careful with my money, it means I'm using this up rather than using too much compost. And compost can soon add up when you're doing loads and loads of pots. Then just add some peat-free compost. And then when you're about, say, 20 centimetres from the top, you start adding your first bulbs. First one I'm going to put in are alliums. I can probably go for about 3 or 4 of those. Next, just a bit more compost, and then I'm going to add a layer with 2 sorts of bulbs in. I'm going to add tulip. This is tulip Maytime, which is a gorgeous lily-flowered purple-violet tulip. I'm going to put 4 or 5 of those in the pot, and alongside those, because they work really well, I'm going to add some narcissi. Now, I'm not a mad fan of yellow daffodils, but these are narcissi thalia, and these are actually white and scented. You can, if you want to stretch the seasons out, plant something like Tate, which is, as yellows go, quite a nice one. Also, it will come out a little bit before sort of late March, early April. But I put thalia in, it comes out late April, May, same time as the tulips, but actually they look really good alongside each other. I've spread them out so there's about 10 centimetres between the bulbs. And then I'm going to add a bit more compost before putting in a final layer. This layer is going to be crocus. And these are Whitewell purple crocus. Because they're smaller, they can be shallower, so you can actually put a layer in the top. I'm going to spread these out a little bit. You can go sort of 5 centimetres between bulbs, and they will be out in February, March, so you'll get about 3 or 4 weeks of colour there, followed by the tulips and the daffodils, and finally in late May and June you're going to get the alliums. So in one pot you've actually got 4 months of colour, and to me that's a much better investment.